Hey, what's up? Dakar's here. Making an all-in-one video for the description for my lyrics and my first single, We Are. So without further ado, Dakar We Are breaking down, We Are. It's helpful to know from the gate that this song is written from the perspectiveness of consciousness itself. The first line, I am a time travel guru, saying that I am. I mean, the being of anything conscious can say, I am about itself. The time travel guru part talks about how we as a collective are all helping each other move throughout our lives and through time together, so we are all each other's guru. Next, tripping into the stars. Not only am I on my journey to be an artist bumping into stars, but also we're on a planet in between the love of Venus and the fires of Mars. I really love my people, send 'em flying with bars. I write lyrics, and then also the whole verse refers to space. I think that I'm the hero, but I'm made of ones and zeros. A lot of people in today's society claim to be affected by main character syndrome, but ultimately everybody is the main character of their own lives and also partly a product of their own background and the people who surround us. So we're made of code, ones and zeros. On to the second verse. So the lyrics of the second verse begin with, I feel I'm free to boast about this ever-present host. Now, when you really sit back and watch your stream of thought in your head, you begin to realize that you're actually the witness of those thoughts, the ever-present host of the vessel that is your body. And that sink and feel inside the stream when you are on a coast, referring to inner feelings of dread when one begins to stagnate in their goals. Slapped to your cranium, I need to find a boat to ferry souls into the afterlife. First, I need a goat. Here I'm talking about receiving a wake-up call to help others understand their own struggles with mortality, like the Greek figure Chiron shepherds souls across the river Styx. But in order to do so, I need to meet with masters of their craft. I'll sacrifice my inner rage, fix the goat some toast, and then we'll reminisce of older days when we could barely float. Putting aside my jealousy and self-hatred to study under these masters of their craft, break bread with them, and swap stories of the early days. Flying through the nebula of all my inner thoughts, I found a picture in the center and what chaos it has wrought. When you live your whole life masking and being who and what you think society wants you to be, it creates quite the disruption in your life when you begin to be you. You ever dream you're in a desert, wandering aimlessly about, hoping you'll find some respite, but now your luck is all run out? Figures dancing from the shadows with a lantern in hand, and they lead you to oasis free from churning of sands. These are the first few lines of the third verse. Now, besides mirroring dune-filled dreams I've had throughout my life, what I'm touching on here at its core is discovering a found family after perceiving the world through the lens of, in the end, everyone dies alone. Mistrusting those outside of you as an instinct, but following them to survive. And after opening your heart, realizing they're guiding you to what you needed all along, shelter from the harsh winds of the desert. You're given water from the lake to heal what eats at you inside, and to make good on the favor, wake and swallow all your pride. The water here is truth. When living most of your life unconsciously, you're presented with two choices, evolve or repeat. If you acknowledge that truth and accept where you were wrong, you can begin to make amends for wounds you've caused. Together you will build a castle that is made of sand, but will weather all that's thrown at it, because love is in the band. Aside from having Jimi Hendrix as a personal hero, at the end of the verse here I'm talking about coming together with this found family of yours and being able to tackle any obstacle together because you share a love that transcends the bounds of reality. Now, finally, the chorus choices outro. So here I'll start with why I chose certain lines for the choruses. The first chorus was inspired by the wider community that I'm part of, We the Future movement. We're a collective of conscious artists making purpose popular and inspiring the youth, our future, to follow in our footsteps. Hope is our passion. We build faith in people passing. And like Outcast, along with the music, we aim to inspire the people of the world, starting with our local culture. And we provide a safe place for people to be. The second chorus is inspired by heroes and stories of perseverance that motivate me. Wizards of the Light comes from many different stories I enjoy, such as Gandalf, the Wizard of Light and Fire, who was reborn like a phoenix. Or in Warhammer Fantasy, there are the Wizards of Lore of Light, a school of mages that focus on light, illumination, and life-giving energies. Where companions in this flight refers to the movie franchise Final Destination and the famed Flight 180 that the protagonist saw crash in a premonition, and spent the rest of the film attempting to read the code of death to save those that he cares about. We're Protectors in the Night is an obvious nod to the Bat family from DC Comics. Batman and his group of crime fighters he's amassed across the globe, all sharing in the understanding that the villains are ultimately those who are similarly affected by society and chose a dark road because of trauma. And we're not afraid to fight. Goku, Naruto, Yusuke, Luffy, Sung Jinwoo, anime protagonists and their ability to conquer fear and fight back against injustice are some of the most powerful examples of heroes in all of literature, in my opinion. Better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. And the outro. I am the crest of a wave that's God. That I am I'm talking about at the beginning of the song is the same here. All of us together with the world we live in the present moment, are a monumental tidal wave of consciousness, and those who accept who they are rise to the top. Found myself tired of working a job. My whole life, I've known my psyche was not built for the standard 9-to-5 job, and so any place of employment I was at, I found myself molding my persona into a fake one when I'm there. Discovered a purpose, I'm building a mob. That's you, boo. Seeing my future is remaining odd. I miss Odd Future, honestly. I put the shrooms in my tea and I'm trancing. Never let go of hopeless romancing. I left my pot full of gold at the rainbow to follow my only true passion. I use psychedelics occasionally to learn more about myself and the world around me. Once I love someone, I will never give up on that love, no matter if a boundary must be formed out of that same love or not. And my pot full of gold is my own peace. After years of working on myself, while the work is never done, I found a semblance of peace in my life. Besides loving making music, I do this to help the me that sat in the dark, alone and needed someone like me. For me, it was Mac Miller, among countless others. I'll walk a mile in everyone's shoes, but man, that shit really be making me blue. I try to balance my mind while aligning my heart and perfect everything I do. I write down all my feelings for you, in hopes that you read through the lines and transmute all of the pain that's inside. I will vanquish the tide of the hatred and lies of my truth. We're empathetic, and sometimes that feels like we're walking a tightrope between what our mind wants and what our heart needs. And like the man in black, we walk the line. And if you've made it this far, I appreciate you tuning in. I have a couple more singles to drop for you guys, so watch for Fractal Parallax and Anima when the time is right. Fractal Parallax, Dakar We Are breaking down, coming soon.